very nice to have you on the program. Thanks for coming.
I am a big fan, and I'm really happy to be here.
Oh, well, thank you very much for saying that.
I think you're the best.
Thank you. After that tooth thing, I lost him. Yeah. You know, I want to ask you about, first of all, the thing that it's interesting, because people my age first saw you on Roots, and everyone knows you from that, but you've got this whole new generation of fans with the Star Trek gig, I like to say. And I was curious, first of all, that thing you wear over your eyes.
The visor.
The visor. Is that thing a pain in the ass or what? I mean, what's the story with that?
Actually, the truth is, it is painful. Not necessarily in the ass, but we...
I'm glad to hear that.
No,
it hooks on to the ass, and then there's a strut that moves its way up. I had no idea.
Believe it or not, we screw this thing into my head.
What?
That is how.
Because you look at the show, and I'm always like an idiot looking at the show, like, how does that thing attach?
How does it stay on? How does
they
it stay
screw
on?
it into your skull?
We screw it into my head.
Now, that's what you need an agent for. We want to give LeVar Burton this new role, but he has to have something screwed into the side of his head.
The good news is you're in Star Trek. The bad news is...
Really? So how far do they screw it in? I mean...
Just enough to give me a migraine.
Oh,
no
really?
more than that.
Uh-huh.
No more than that.
So, like, but if you sneezed, it would stay on,
It would
right?
absolutely stay on. That's the point.
Okay, but you can see through it, right?
Not at all.
You can't see through it?
80% of my vision is taken away when I put that thing on.
That is so annoying, I would think. So you just have to rely, like when you're eating food in the commissary, that, you know, you need someone to tell you, it looks okay today, LeVar.
Well, Conan, I don't wear it off the set.
What? You mean you're not really that character? Oh, major bummer. But what was it like coming to grips with the fans? Fans for Star Trek shows, the original and the subsequent shows. They're just so rabid. I mean, it's great. They're very loyal, but they're incredibly devoted to probably to the point of distraction. Are they hard to deal with?
Well, I'd prefer to refer to them as really enthusiastic.
So rabid, likening them to a dog with a frothing mouth is probably not a good thing.
Well, I consider that these are the people that are putting my children through college.
Bingo.
and so I tend to be nice to them. I mean, sometimes they can be very intense, though. Very intense. I don't do a lot of them, but you know about these Star Trek conventions.
Yes, I do. Yes. I've never been to one, but yes, I understand. They're quite intense.
Well, there was a woman once that came up to me dressed in Klingon garb, a rather large woman that insisted that I sign her breast.
Sign her breast?
Sign her breast.
And we all know the Klingons, they have easily removable garb up top.
That's right. That's right.
And so, did you sign the...
Well, I was faced with this massive...
They were large.
Breasts,
right.
yeah.
So you started writing a letter. Dear ma'am, it's nice to meet you. Continued on next breast.
I signed it.
You signed it?
Any opportunity to please a fan.
Good for you. You're a good man that way. Let me ask you, you know, it's funny because I said in the intro, it's been 20 years since Roots, which is amazing because... Where
were you? January 23rd, 1977, which was the first...
I was in high school. It was my freshman year in high school, and I remembered it was just this giant event. I mean, people, I don't think there had been a TV show, correct me if I'm wrong, that had been on consecutive nights, like a miniseries like that.
Roots was the second miniseries. Rich Man, Poor Man was the first, and it aired in weekly installments. But Roots was the first opportunity to program in 8 consecutive nights. It had never been done
Which
before.
at the time was this stunning idea. I mean, today it might not seem strange to people, but that was very unusual. Who thought of that? Why did they think of that idea?
The programming genius at ABC behind that decision was that their thinking was, you know what, we like this, we think it's good, but it's about black people. And if nobody watches, we'll just cut our losses and be done with it in 8 consecutive nights. And the final episode of Roots is still the 3rd most watched television program in the history of the medium.
Right.
Yeah.
That's great. Actually, I believe our Christmas episode is number 2 for all time.
I know it's in the top 10. I wasn't aware that it was 2.
Now, People must, because it was one of those events where people do know where they were at the time, you know, what they were doing. I mean, I remembered watching it with my brothers, and I remembered, you know, that, okay, I was a freshman in high school. I remember what I was doing. Do people come up to you sometimes and offer, you know, where they were or what they were doing?
Yeah, I had a guy come up to me once, and actually this was in prison.
You were in prison for a time.
Well, we were having the conversation in prison. He was incarcerated. I was there working. I was on location. And
you were filming something in a prison.
Filming something in prison.
Okay.
Filming something to set the record straight. I appreciate. Thank you.
Good. You just got to make sure. You know, I was in prison for a time.
And avoided the showers. And and this.
But you had your visor to go. Yeah. Oh my God!
This was a paper hanger, a guy who made a living writing bad checks in shopping malls, and Roots aired in January originally in '77, and this guy told me that he actually cut his hours short. He had a whole crew of people that were out in the malls
forging
doing credit card forgery and bad checks, and he would pull them all out of the malls early so everybody could get home to watch Roots.
That's amazing. A career criminal, cut things short.
Everybody watched Roots.
Yeah. Now tell us about, you've written a book. I don't know how you find time to do these things, but Aftermath, a novel of the future.
Actually, I wrote this, I started this project just after my daughter was born, 2.5 years ago. And I wasn't getting any sleep anyway, so.
Oh, that's that's an interesting idea. I'm up already.
I might as well use
the baby's
the time
crying.
well. That's right.
Most people don't think that way.
Well,
all right.
We do at my house.
So you wrote. Well, tell us what the book is about.
The book is actually it's a cautionary tale. I call it a science fiction thriller, and I begin with the premise that America is destroyed. The last best hope on earth has fallen. The New Madrid fault in the Midwest erupts with a 9.1 magnitude earthquake, and NASA collapses and creates some economic factors that contribute to the fall. And the race war is really the straw that breaks the camel's back. America is engulfed in a civil war, and that's just the first two pages.
That's an interesting idea. That's the first two pages.
First 2 pages. Yeah.
Then it really gets quiet. Everyone just has coffee for the rest of the book. That was wild, man. Those first 2 pages. Tell me about it. That sounds fascinating, though. People should check this out. Aftermath. It's out everywhere.
It is in the bookstores as we speak.
All right. Well, thanks so much for coming by. It was really nice talking to you.
I love being
LeVar
here.
Burton, everybody. Very nice to meet you. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Stick around.